and welcome to another episode of VR on Wednesdays, coming to you live from Oslo, Norway. It is a rainy and thundery day here, so worst case, we're gonna get some added extra lightning effects maybe even, on the stream today. But hopefully everything will go well technically, and there will be no power outs or internet outs while we go at it. So in case this is the first time you're seeing this show, this is a weekly segment that I run on my stream where we will go through the most interesting VR news from the week that was. Usually we will also look at the trailer or discuss some particular topic, and then we will go and play some VR. Basically today the game will be Echo VR. I thought about doing a game called Hollow Point, but I'm quite tired today physically, and that game is super demanding, so I decided to delay that a little bit. Next time though, probably that is the release day for No Man's Sky, so probably the game we'll play next Wednesday will be the VR mode of No Man's Sky, and I am super looking forward to that. That's going to be absolutely amazing, I hope, but again, it is launch day for a big update of No Man's Sky, so you never really know if it's gonna go well. And I agree with you, Dunkshot, in the chat. It's gonna be super cool. Just imagine just the scale of that universe that you can go and explore, right? And all the things you can build and do. That's gonna be fantastic. I'm super happy they're adding VR support to that. So thank you very much to Hello Games, is that what they're called, for doing that. Okay, but again, the schedule for today is to go through the news of the week, and then we will talk a little bit about the Vive Cosmos today afterwards. We're going to look at some of the ergonomics trailers that are that have come out this week, and they give us a very interesting view of this particular headset that I think looks like a direct competitor to the Rift S, and that is pretty cool. So let's go through the news first and foremost, and then get into some more VR action. So the first news that I wanted to discuss today is so Steam regularly releases these graphs that show you the distribution of headsets, VR headsets connected to Steam PCs or PCs with Steam installed. And one of the more interesting things here is the latest data that came out now that show the Rift S adoption happening. So the least interesting part of this, or the thing that this doesn't tell us, is actually how many VR headsets are connected to or how many VR headsets are connected. This is just a proportional ratio between them. But we do see that the Rift S that was released in May is now not an insignificant portion of this anymore, and that the Oculus headsets are now accounting for roughly half of the VR headsets connected to Steam PCs. The other interesting thing that I thought came out of this graph is, if you look at the HTC Vive Pro, it is a very narrow slit here. It has like less than 3% in this distribution. So it is a very small. It's taken a very small segment of the market, and it's not that much better than these other headsets. So it is an interesting graph to behold, and this. But I think what happened here probably is that a lot of the people that previously had that have had Rifts have probably also now gone into the Rift S. At least I know many in the enthusiast segment that have done that. And probably a lot of people from the Vive segment came into this. So it would be super interesting to know more about the actual complete numbers for this. I don't know. Yeah, Huawei VR. What is that headset? Is that like a Steam VR headset? I'm not sure, Dunkshot. I can't actually remember having seen that, so I'm not really sure. In any event, it's good news for the Rift S, I guess, that it is taking a large part of this market, so it's not sitting on the shelves, and I do think it is a really good headset. The next iteration of this will be cool to see if the Vive Cosmos comes out and takes some of this segment, because that's also an easier setup than the Steam VR headsets that exist today. So yeah. The next news item for today will be, and like I said, No Man's Sky will come out on August 14th, which is the day of my next stream. Let's have a brief look at this trailer here, because Hello Games said that there would be three things. It would be the multiplayer dimension, moving it closer to an MMO, and then it's the VR support, and then there is the third thing. And what is this structure that you're going through in the opening here? I'm a little bit fascinated by that. Let's see that one more time. Look at this space. So I wonder if this is some kind of social hub or something like that for the game. So this is going to be also cool to see, and if they have a space like that with lots of people in it in VR, that will also be amazing. to experience. Okay, so the next news, and I think this one is really cool. If you do have PSVR, absolutely 100% grab Wipeout Omega, and it's free on the PS Plus this month. Wipeout Omega is really, really cool in VR, and it is the classic Wipeout levels. It's exactly like that, and beautifully rendered in the cockpit of these racing ships, or whatever you want to call them. And I played this on the PlayStation VR, and this is one of my favorite PSVR games. If you have PSVR, even if it's dusting away after you went to PC VR, do go and grab this one, because Wipeout Omega is really worth the experience. So the next thing, which is interesting, is that Respawn, which is a big developer, right? Titanfall 1, Titanfall 2, Apex Legends. They are making as they say, a AAA VR shooter. And on Oculus Connect, which is coming up, you will be able to get some information about that, including a playable demo. So finally, we will see a little bit about this very, very secretive title. It's cool that Respawn is working on this. And imagine if this is a Titanfall spin-off, right? That would be pretty awesome. So it's probably not going to be that, but who knows? And if it really is a AAA high quality game, that probably will be across all the platforms. This could be really, really cool. So I'm looking forward to that. The next thing that I thought was a bit interesting this week was this. This is a more technical thing, but so there is a game called Red Matter that has been out on the PC and PSVR for a while, but the developer of this released a small video showing what they are doing with shaders on the Oculus Quest. And this made me think about something. Let's have just a brief look at this trailer, and then we're going to talk about it. You can open that on YouTube. So they changed Unreal Engine shaders, and look at the results here. So this is before, and this is after, and the reflections and this lighting and everything like this is unlike anything that I've seen on the Quest so far. So if this is representative of the actual output on the Quest, this will be absolutely an incredible achievement. Just look at this. The other thing that struck my eye here was towards, well, we can have a look at this outdoor landscape as well. And finally, this glass effect here, which also looks absolutely incredible for something on the Quest. Yeah, so Burley over in the stream. I'm going through some news for the week, and this is a small trailer from Red Matter on the Oculus Quest. And the developer of this game released a trailer now where you are looking at some of the effects that they are doing with shaders in this game. And I gotta say, when I look at this, the thing that this made me wonder about, because you know, almost all the games on the Quest are made in Unity or Unreal Engine. And these are, of course, mobile ports that they use the mobile rendering version engines when they are putting this out on the Quest or the Oculus Go. And the thing I was wondering about when I saw this is, could it be that actually these versions of the engines are sort of being held back by the fact that they are designed for mobile cell phones, right? Could it be that if you just port your game to the Quest today and use those rendering engines, you will get shaders that are not optimal for that particular platform, and that there is actually quite a lot of hardware power to pick up still on the Quest. Because one thing that I really have noticed in VR is that small effects like what you're seeing here, like these kind of refractions in the glass or good lighting and these things, they matter so much to the graphics in VR. So who knows, maybe it could actually be that the games and the graphics we are seeing on the Quest today is not representative of what a platform can do, quite simply because it hasn't been fully optimized, or these rendering engines haven't been optimized yet for those platforms. If this developer can do these kind of tricks, and this actually turns out to work really well, then yeah, that's really promising for what you can see with mobile graphics on the Quest. Okay, so let's move on. The next little thing that I wanted to mention is this. This is just a little sidekick, but if you have a modern graphics card, you have one of these things called a virtual link. And the virtual link is basically a USB-C standard somehow that would technically allow you to connect a VR headset both with graphics and with power and with all the other data flow with just a single plug. And this is, I think, for those of us that have had a Vive in particular, with that box that you had to connect like what 6-7 cables into for all this to work, or like USB hubs and setups for the sensors on the Rift, the idea that you could have just a single cable that you plug in that will give you everything you need for your VR headset looks very promising, right? So many of the cards that have come out from NVIDIA recently has this virtual link standard, but apparently for those that wanted to use this with the Index, this is not really working out so well. So Valve has canceled this adapter accessory, and I think if I had a graphics card like this and an Index, I would have wanted this adapter myself, just because it was cool. But for the future as well, imagine that you had a gaming laptop and all you had to do was plug in into the USB-C port your headset, and then everything just worked. That would be kind of cool. So it is sad to see, and some of these news outlets are discussing, is it that there is something about this standard that is not working, or is it just this particular hardware? So I guess we will wait and see. But moving on to one of the more interesting things this week. This is a really high price for a VR headset that is a competitor to the Rift S, it seems, but it is cool to look at this Vive Cosmos. So what is the Vive Cosmos? This is a Steam VR virtual reality headset. It runs from the PC, so it does have a cable, although the cable is not in any of the videos of the headset, of course, which is funny when you make a video about the ergonomics of a headset and you don't include the cable. It's a bit funny. Yeah, that should have been done. But in any event, this looks like a direct competitor to the Rift S, and the reason for that is that it has tracking camera, so it has inside-out tracking. It has optically tracked controllers, again, so no sensors, and it has a higher resolution than the Rift S, which is interesting. It has a lower resolution than the HP Reverb. So the Rift S is 2.5 by 1440, while the Cosmos, this one, is 2800 by 1700. So it's not such a dramatic difference. I think the optics probably will matter a lot more than that particular increase in pixels. But it is an interesting thing to see that there will be a Steam VR headset with inside-out tracking competing with the Rift S. So, so Jevon says that this looks tacky as hell. Well, you'll see in next videos, and then we'll see if you agree. Just to add to this, the HT Reverb headset actually has 4,300 pixels times 2100. So it is actually, that is a significant increase, although that has been getting a lot of problems with its release and its display already. So it might be that they overstretched a little bit there, and maybe you just don't have most people don't have the graphics card even to pull that kind of resolution. Okay, so let's have a look at some of these new videos that was released for the Cosmos, and I think these are interesting. We can look at the reveal trailer first, and again, this is very advertising. So is this still tacky, Jevon? That is cool. Two cables. Okay, there's 6 cameras for tracking. Yeah, like dislike. So Dunkshot is saying that the ratio here, I guess, in the video of the like and dislike is a bit funky, and I agree with that. Let's put a like on this. Well, then I would have to sign in, so they didn't get that one. So what I think is more interesting here, though, is, so first of all, this is six cameras, and as you see, there's one on either side, one pointing up here, one pointing down here, and 2 in front. So I guess that is 1 camera more than the Rift S. So I wonder if this tracking below is better or worse in the tracking cone. I don't know. It will be interesting to see if this added camera setup makes a difference. Also for the accuracy of the tracking in space of the headset, although the Rift S works really well with its current setup. I do like the Halo setup that it has, but let's have a look at the ergonomics trailer that they released, because this is a very interesting trailer, and I think What you're going to see now is the thing that makes this headset cool. Look how happy they were when they took it off. So I don't care so much about these things, but what is really cool about this is, of course, what you see in this frame. And I think if you have used Windows Mixed Reality headsets that can do this, I think you will know that this is really nice, that you can flip the headset up, right? Also, like Dunkshot is saying in the chat, it does come with these like headphones on the side, and that is really good as well. I think the biggest problem with the current Rift S is actually that they didn't include headphones like that, because the Rift's audio is serviceable, but this is really nice, and if this works well, then it's excellent. The other thing about this is I'm trying to look up the specs and see if they have a slidable hardware interpupillary distance adjustment, which the Rift S does not have. And that has been something that people complain about a lot. It has worked for me. I have an interpupillary distance of 67 millimeters, so my eyes are quite far set. But it really works on the Rift S. It doesn't give me any problems, but it gave me huge problems on Windows Mixed Reality, so much that I couldn't use Windows Mixed Reality. But I think part of that was because the optics of the Windows Mixed Reality was so worse that the sweet spot was narrow, and the fixed ratio together created a lot of problems for me. No problem on the Rift S, but I would hugely appreciate if they had adjustable sliders. And Road to VR did write earlier in an article that this one did indeed have adjustable IPD. So for a lot of people, this basically means that this is the one you will choose over the Rift S regardless, because of quite simply that. Yeah, it does really remind you of mixed reality, and but I think it's because of this flip-up thing and the halo. I gotta say though, that halo configuration, what that means to those that aren't really into VR is basically that this strap around here is not the first Rift. You put on like a baseball cap and you pull it in forward in front of you, so it didn't have this kind of rigid ring that puts on top of your head. It was just straps around your head. But this halo design has really been growing on me on the Rift, and of course with speakers, inside-out tracking, this headset looks really cool. And this is going to be an interesting combatant in this field. And I feel like, okay, so if you look at HTC, like they released some funky standalone headset that I think mostly is sold in Asia. And they had the Vive Pro, which is so earlier today, has a teeny tiny little segment of the market, right? Because it is super expensive and it doesn't really add anything today with the headsets, the resolutions we have today. So unless it has like some kind of pro support for business and so on, I really don't see that one doing anything. And it's huge and big, right? It does have a wireless adapter though for these previous headsets, and actually the wireless adapter for HTC will be compatible with this new headset, and that is actually also a great selling point. But then you're up to a package that could, if this sells for $700 or 700 euros, and you end up with that and a $350 or euro wireless adapter, you're talking about a very, very expensive piece of hardware that you use on your PC, although it's probably going to be a really cool VR experience. So if you combine this with that wireless thing, now we're talking like real competition for the Rift S. So I remember when the Rift S came out, Tested over on YouTube commented that, or someone there commented that it feels like Oculus no longer wanted to kind of own this kind of enthusiast space. And it's really cool to see HTC sort of injecting themselves into this area again. The original Vive is not that good anymore because it's super blurry and so on. But this one could really do something, and it can do what the Pro cannot. Yeah. So comment from the chat, it looks like the holes in the front are for cooling. I don't think so. I think they are, well, maybe for the headset, but probably not for the face, unless that cools the screen as well. Yes, this is a really cool headset. I'm super looking forward to this. If the reviews get good, this could be an interesting one to grab. I strongly believe that inside-out tracking is the future for almost everything, at least for most people, unless you're into esports and need some external sensors. So I think it's cool to see that also we get a Steam VR headset with this stuff. Yeah, so I think that's it for the news segment today. I will go on now to play some Echo VR. Thank you for everyone that commented. It's interesting to hear. Do you guys like the Halo designs? What do you think about this headset? And also, I know that many of you that are in the chat now are people on the Oculus platform. Would you consider going to Steam VR only? Would you buy a headset that did not have access to Oculus exclusives unless it was on the Revive system? So that's something to think about while I set up VR and go play Echo. So I'll be right back.
Okay, hello everyone, and we should be back. This time from VR, which is what all of this is actually about. So let's get into a couple of games, and to those who are watching this and want to join us, feel free to join. You will find me in Echo tonight, at least for an hour, maybe two. Yeah, so to Dunkshot, I have heard about this microphone issue, but I do sometimes wonder if that's a bandwidth issue in servers and so on. But you say that it's the headsets in particular, so I guess it will work in it will have the problem across multiple games then. And I think that Oculus could add external sensors to this, and the reason for that is that these controllers are actually the controllers that are used. They have tracking LEDs, so there's no reason why they wouldn't be able to add an external sensor for this. And I see Jevin wants to join us, taking the step in from the chat. Oh, well, let's see. I'm joining him in his lobby right now. That was quick. So Oculus could definitely add external sensors to this if they wanted to. The question is if they want to. Whoa, that's a lot of people over in the combat area. Maybe even Jevin. Where is Jevin? Oh, there he is. Hello. There you are. You know, it always looks a little bit like people are coming out of a coffin if I go here and put myself on the side.
Hello.
It looks like you're reanimating a corpse when you put on the headset.
I've just put on my headset, but I realised I've got to go get a new battery for my controller, so I'll be back in a second.
Okay, please do that. Have you seen? No, I guess he hasn't. So right now I can see through the wall here markers for people that are hanging out in the skirmish area over in Echo Combat, and there's a lot of people in here tonight. Maybe that means we can get into an Echo Combat game. But frequently people go here and play this though, even though they haven't bought the DLC. So we'll see how it goes. You can practice in the skirmish area for the combat mode between the matches.
What's the plan here?
So when you're waiting to, if they have like this symbol up there, it means that they have not gotten the DLC, which unlocks the combat.
Yeah.
There you are. Welcome back.
Don't know, is my hand working?
Are your hands reinvigorated? Oh, this one seems very stuck.
Yes, this is not working. Oh, fuck, I dropped the controller.
Sorry. So that's why it's down there, because you dropped your controller. It looks ridiculous. Oh, there's your hand. It's back.
There we go.
Okay, welcome.
I'm running really low on batteries. I think I've managed to recycle a couple and put them in the new battery box.
Did your remote control have to die because you needed this battery, or how is this? There's a really good meme about that. Yeah, how are you?
Good. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you want to get into combat or arena?
Whatever
today?
you want to play. Arena.
How about we do a little bit of both?
I'll tell you what.
Tell me what.
Oh, I'll tell you what.
Tell me
There
what.
you go. Make you the leader. I'll let you pick the game mode.
Okay, let's start with an arena match and then we can get into combat, okay?
Yes.
Potato agrees. Henry the potato, no less. Not just any potato, it's Henry the potato.
Yes, I agree.
Have you seen how many people are over there in the combat area? So many tonight.
See you in game.
Yeah, I'll see you,
Let me
Henry.
off stream onto a second monitor. Hey,
Hello, Ryder.
I didn't actually check my other batteries. No, the other controller's 100% all good.
Then it's gonna be good.
We're on a Europe server for once. Hello,
Yeah.
dude. Ah, that was a wall. I think I will get that.
Are you in a safe place?
Well, because I don't have sensors on my headset, every time I get into my Rift, I have to set off my sensors, and I don't have to move them around.
I think Lowrider is checking you out.
I know.
Oh, and my left touch controller's battery is low. This seems to be a battery issue tonight. I'm gonna play this match with, and then I have to switch. But if my hand suddenly drops out, you know, it fell asleep because it didn't have battery.
As long as you're not rotating while it drops out.
Okay.
Remember those
Oh, yeah. I'm gonna join you on the joust. That's okay.
Station, left station.
I'm on the shoulder,
Third, yeah.
but I am marked in between.
On your left, on your left.
I am double marked. Two on me. Two on me. Sorry.
No worries.
I looked the other way.
I'm over here for boost. On your right. One to move you, one with you.
Yeah.
On the back.
Okay.
Back center.
In the goal.
One on.
Oh shit. Did I put it in?
Right.
No.
No,
It's blue on my screen though, but I guess. Good play. Sneaky. Stitcheroo. I know. It was actually a good play.
14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6.
I was once in a match where everyone wanted to QB. That doesn't happen very often.
No, not going right.
Here we go. Blue clears it out of there, so.
Sitting back mid.
Yeah. You're clear. Clear still. Clear still.
Nice. Good shots. Also, my controller is rather
Question,
squeaky right now.
Do I now need to have my fist closed for the launch to work?
Sorry? No, I don't think so. I just
Do I need
tap
to
it.
have my
and-
fist
Get to
closed?
your launch.
No, I just need to. Why doesn't it work now?
15,
Maybe
I
you
always
just-
move it just to make sure.
12,
It was good, like,
11, 10,
It would be interesting if you had to punch it, like, poof, to go, right?
6, 5,
I just tap it with my finger, but I think it's further in, so maybe it confused him.
1. Here we go. Orange throws it way downfield.
Oh no.
oh,
I got you.
back.
Shit.
Nice, good job.
Hey,
Yeah,
why
too
did you
late.
just stop me dead in the middle of the fucking arena?
Sorry?
I
What happened?
boosted off someone, it just stopped me dead in the fucking middle of the arena. Like, just in...
Well, that was me, I guess.
I don't know.
That I punched you.
No.
Get to your
I
locker.
wasn't punched. I just...
Oh.
I probably would have got to this.
14,
I've got to leave, I've got to scrim.
12, 11,
No.
10,
That's alright.
9,
No.
8,
I mean, I got a 3-pointer, but I've got to scrim with Tarin, I'm sorry.
3,
I'm so sorry, boys.
1.
I guess it's just us then.
Yeah, we've lost one.
Careful,
What?
one on. Yeah, I'm here.
Is it a 2v3 now?
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah, low right is left.
Unfortunate.
I could have easily got that.
yeah, coming here. I agree that didn't make perfect sense.
I was horrendous.
Oh, shit.
Oh wow.
Not in my house. What a
Ah, I was fucking throwing her episode today.
orange with the disc.
Left.
That nice black spike there.
Apparently, a scrim with Taurian is the most powerful force in the universe.
Wait. Okay, they have the third.
Oh, we have a new one. Nice.
Forget it.
Good?
Yeah. Oh, I'm grabbing you. Oh, shit, I missed you. Sorry.
Oh dear. Oh, he's fucking missed.
Get that out of here. Intercepted.
I know that potato.
Oh what? That's
Orange
not how it was
throws
supposed
it
to go.
way downfield. What a
Nice. You have time.
My stupid bouncer.
Right post, right post.
orange picks up the disc. That's what you call
Until him.
defense. Orange clears
Oh, he has it. Going up.
intercepted.
Got one on you.
Oh, shit.
Oh, man.
Sorry, that was a bad.
Oh, god damn you.
Oh, throw it away. You want some?
Orange clears it out.
Oh, sorry. Too late. They have possession.
Fudge.
Intercepted.
Until I'm here. Coming mid.
Protected. Orange catches the enemy pass. Snatched away.
Shield.
Nice. Good one.
She got you muted for some reason.
Me?
Normally, no, on a tolly.
Get to your launchers. 15.
Hello.
14.
Now I can hear you.
12.
I
11.
don't know why I had you muted. You probably annoyed me some point in the past.
8. 7.
I've been playing in like 6 months, so I don't remember.
That's around the time Jevin quit.
Yeah. Maybe you're the reason I quit.
I don't think so.
Ah, but what?
Oh, two on.
Oh, that's my bad. Oh,
I was gonna go for
Hello?
you. Yeah, hi.
sorry, that was bad throw.
Getting low.
Ah, fuck, that's wrong.
Oh, shit. Missed you. This is my bed though.
Seconds remaining.
What the hell? Oh, my sensor's are looking
Sitting on nest.
Save.
Right behind you. Right.
I like how you have a slight distrust in my skill.
You have a little bit of time on.
You have 2 options.
Ah, you moved, dude.
Oh.
5 seconds.
Oh yeah, 5 seconds. Sorry, I didn't think.
This round is over.
It's a ding day apparently.
It is a ding day.
Okay, I need to go catch new batteries for my controllers.
Yes,
Yep.
I'm throwing completely different to how I've ever thrown before.
I'm developing a new style.
I don't know.
So now, anyone watching that haven't seen this before, I'm going to change the batteries in my controllers, streaming it live on Twitch, and I will show the magic way you do this, the magnetic way.
Oh, there's actually 3 people watching. I didn't even realize. Hello, people watching. I'm also one of the people watching.
Okay, what song should I listen to? What's a good song? Just listen to some. Let's listen to some peaceful one.
Hello. It's very quiet.
We're all in the combat room.
Okay, I'll meet you there. Combat room. This place right here, I'm pretty sure.
So a cool little touch on these controllers is actually that they have a magnetic battery lid, so there is no like. It's a cool mechanism that a lot of people. Play area not found apparently. Okay, I need to. Moment. There we go. Hello, there you are.
Hey.
Sorry, I just live streamed my battery change, which I'm sure will.
Yeah, that was really painfully slow, and I'm really sorry. You're like, it's the battery going that way, goes. I was like, fucking hell. I got super quick at it because then I was always run out in the middle of a fucking ESO game, so I'm like, boom, 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 go.
It's like you're learning the military to like reassemble your rifle or whatever.
Yeah, like cap off battery, fucking throw it across the room, new battery, just slam it in.
So part of the reason it took so long is because I accidentally changed the wrong battery. So I guess that. Yeah, so now I should have 2 fully charged ones. For whatever reason, my Rift is actually losing the play space now, so it loses its orientation in the room.
Oh dear.
So I don't know if it's because I play with a fan, that's blowing air on me. So maybe the blades are causing it some confusion or whatever. But
Maybe.
yeah, it could be.
Headshot.
Hi Captain Mon, welcome to the chat. Hope you enjoy the game. I'm matchmaking for combat now, so it's going to be a shooty game, which I think a lot of people like. I hope we get into one. You think we're going to get into one today, Javin?
Probably not.
Oof, missed it. Yeah, it is a bit hard to get into the...
I'm going to watch your actual reaction of that disc hitting your face.
Yeah, I guess you can actually get the instant replay now for once.
Yeah. Ready? It's coming.
Sorry.
Beautiful. The little duck there and everything.
Sorry. So actually, for the viewers on the stream, I just want to say that this is the lobby area where we are just waiting. We're not mating. We are waiting for a match. I might have said now, Jevon, that we are mating for a match, but that is not.
Oh dear.
Yeah, that might be misunderstood.
Whoa. Okay, what's in there? Okay, not that place. Must be this place. Oh, okay, I need to go.
Sometimes I find it hard to believe that I used to play a goalie.
I need that.
Maybe that's the problem. I played a goalie. I wasn't the goalie.
Oh, hello. Let's watch that sick ass behind the back throw.
Left down.
I don't like
Ready?
you.
Here we go.
You suck.
I didn't even look like it was behind the back. My body was like.
Guys, look, I got a dinosaur.
I mean,
Push the
man.
trigger.
Yeah, push the trigger. Push the trigger. On the controller that you have this one holding.
With the dinosaur
This one. You
in
need to make a sound. Push the trigger.
No,
Yeah, see?
in order for me.
Hey, there you go.
Oh, here we go. Yay! It's a dinosaur!
Congratulations on your dinosaur. Do you like it?
I wonder if I can do this.
With a dinosaur? I think that's illegal in many states.
I think there's a slight delay in here. I don't think it's like game different, you know.
Like in the throw.
Yeah, like
Yeah, so actually someone said that if you do one of these fast throws, you get to 18 in the lobby and 19 in the game, so there is definitely a tracking difference.
Somebody drive me. Whoever has this thing, drive.
Don't mind me.
I am not minding you.
Who has it? Do you have this? I will show you.
So some of the toys that are floating here in the lobby are actually from previous games made by the developer.
Okay, for you.
There's one hidden up here as well.
Yeah,
This is from a game they made before, apparently. This is Steve.
no, find my map.
Here's go. Steve! I should feature a tutorial bots video where he voices over Steve
What
in
is
the video on the
wrong
stream.
with my
Ooh, that was a fast throw.
reality?
Hey guys, this is Austin.
I do watch that channel.
Come on, how do I match? I've never
Got
been
it.
matchmaker. I'm so jealous.
Hey guys, this is Austin.
Hi, Austin.
Okay, shall we do 30 more seconds of matchmaking, Jevon? If you don't get in, we'll switch.
yeah. I don't know if anybody's playing combat.
It's funny because the room over there was really full. Sorry? Hello. Oh, hi, Taco. So here's the thing. I'm doing a stream today, Taco, called VR on Wednesdays.
Numbers.
Oh, that's cool.
So how is Taco on Thursdays doing?
Doing great. More or less after like the whole esports community quit after some random update I wasn't even here for.
Oh, you mean the grabbing thing, right?
So, are you true TTV or fake? Are you true TTV?
Okay, let me go, my friend.
Yeah, why are you fucking jumping on the new bandwagon of what's
Are
it
you
called?
true TTV?
Mixer.
What's that new? Yeah, Mixer. That's
Yeah,
it.
because all the cool kids are on Mixer now, apparently.
Exactly.
I have actually thought about it.
Low
You guys are
latency.
following Ninja?
No, I never followed Ninja. I didn't know who he was until he switched to Mixer, and then everyone talked about it. So now I know who he
I'm
is.
lonely.
We could set up a multi-person stream where people can switch between.
Yeah, actually,
you better add me to the party, man.
Sorry?
My
You better add me
dinosaur.
to the
Give
party.
me my dinosaur.
Do you want to matchmake
don't
for combat or
Yeah.
arena?
Give me my
I don't
dinosaur.
care. I wanna play
I
games.
really it is, because this is taking ages.
Yeah.
Hey, I want to fight.
I'm gonna cancel this matchmaking. I'm gonna add you, Taco.
Go, go!
Okay, I'm lonely.
Oh, hello, Taco, by the way.
You like Taco?
Hello, Jevon.
I don't know. I
Yay.
can't remember.
Have you never had Taco?
Can't
I
remember.
blocked. What do you mean?
So Taco, I don't have you.
I know the username, but
I
I
think
don't
I have you in
know.
the list anymore, Taco.
Oh, that's nice to hear.
Have you been cleaning up?
We've been cleaning up the list. I haven't seen you in a while because like my VR broke. Boom, minus 3 weeks. I went on vacation. Boom, minus 2 weeks. I went hiking with my scouts in the Swedish mountain. Boom, minus 1 week.
Not too
So I've
bad.
been gone for like 6 weeks.
Not my fault. You're true.
So you went from esport professional to hiking with your scouts.
Yes.
That's quite a change. Did you actually play the ESL, Taco, this season?
No. Or I guess yes. A little bit combat. I don't know if it's the I don't know.
Rumor had it that it was free money in the combat cups.
Yeah. I got like little
Reddit stuff behind you.
Sorry, Taco.
I was like,
no, but it's
stroking your head, tapping your shoulder, doing that behind you, like, you know, that rabbit ear thing.
I guess that was not on the stream. I need to
I'll do it
get.
to Taco instead, just do it, Taco. Just
Yes, I heard there were very few teams in the Combat Cup, and that's why a lot of people got a lot of winnings.
yeah, but that's the only way I can earn something, you know. That's what I make my living off.
Yes. We also now I started matchmaking for Arena, so I hope it doesn't take as long. Because hanging out in the lobby is fun.
But I
it's
have
not...
to add you.
Yeah, you can do that.
This is gonna take ages.
It is, isn't it?
He's not in the party though, when we're
No,
matchmaking.
he will be. Yeah, I can cancel.
Matchmaking cancelled.
VR. Oh, I have to press that button.
If it's easy, add me.
So to add people in this game, you have to go into the Oculus system, which you do on your desktop. You can see your desktop in VR, so you have
Who are you
to add it
watching?
there. And I'm gonna get an update here that says like Taco on Thursday added you. as a
I
friend.
recommend turning off snap
Once you do that,
rotation.
he will be. So now I got that, and now that he did that, he
You know,
will be in
snap
my list.
rotation is the
Although
best
I have
thing
to
in the
approve
game.
it.
Definitely.
Fuck off.
I'm definitely using it myself, as you can see. I can do. So you see my.
It's a lot easier to keep your bearings if you're using smooth.
Look at me, Yevon. I'm definitely using snap. I'm definitely.
So now we are friends.
Rotation like this, you know.
And Taco is now in my list here, and I will add him to the party.
It's
Look,
like,
I have a switch.
I'm pretty sure there are
I can
two
do this,
people that-
but I can also do this.
I'm not just doing this.
Hello.
I don't think we're going into details in that.
There you go. And we try to matchmake.
Let's go!
Okay, we're matchmaking for Arena, just so you know it.
Ooh.
Shall we go and fight this gentleman in the brawler room while we wait?
I'm just.
Hello! We should make teams.
Oh, I'm in the wrong suit.
Okay, I'm punched. So you can shield yourself with 2 hands up, and you can make a fist to punch people, and that will arrest their speed.
Will it?
I was blocking. How is that?
Come here, you.
Shit, I thought I blocked
Maybe,
it.
how many viewers do you have on your X stream?
I have millions.
5.
I got you there, didn't I? But you got me
It's
too.
5 at the moment.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't have actually the stats open here right now. Let's add a bit of rotation to mess things up.
I don't even know what's going on anymore.
I think
I'm gonna get this guy.
this is what anarchy looks like, gentlemen.
I keep punching fucking punch people. Oh god, there's this guy here.
I keep on punched people. God damn it.
You need to change.
Sorry, I punched out my hand. Did you see it?
Hey! I have my combat suit on. Here, wait. Combat suit on? I'm stupid! Now let me out. Alright. Help it. Help it. Yes, I know.
No! I was gonna punch Knut and this random guy shielded that.
I'm gonna come back.
But you try that.
Don't hurt me.
Shielding is for nerds.
Come
on, Knut.
Yeah, we can try without shields. Oh shit, maybe not.
Shields are boring.
I've got to be knackered before we even get into fucking game.
Yeah, this is getting. The matchmaking is taking a really long time today.
Yeah, so
There should be a hit pointer in here, shouldn't there? Of course, there is also the punching through the chest slowly trick.
Matchmaking cancelled.
Whoa. Party changed. Oh, apparently Jevon has crashed, I think.
What a nerd.
Yeah. Yeah, so to Captain Mond watching the stream, this is just practice for the punching that you can do in the game.
Why did you go out?
I crashed.
Well, I'll re-invite you.
Yeah, we might have realized, not sure.
Alright, okay.
I didn't know if I'm
So this is just training. This is the whole lobby is a training area for a proper game, and you can use these skills in the game to stop other players moving fast and so on around the arena and from scoring. If you punch them, they will lose the disc. You cannot punch in combat though, but you do have guns there, so that's a bit different. This is just practice. Okay, we're matchmaking again.
It's gonna take 3 hours to start.
okay.
Why is it taking so long though? It usually doesn't take this long. Is it because we're not solo queuing?
No, it's because we got KnutsiVRTV in here.
Yeah.
So great content in the lobby.
What are you guys doing? Hello.
And you're dead. No, you are already dead. You're dead. You're dead. You're dead. I'm not one on B-Dive.
Wait, I need to test the other guy. Wait. I need to see. I need to see.
Knutsi, I've got the long arms.
I do too. How tall are you? Shit.
Ah, I'm 185, boy.
192, dude. I got you.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
That's why I was a goalie in the ESL. Because I can just reach across the arena, you know.
Dude, I'm not done growing yet, though.
You have a little bit left.
Yeah, I have a little bit left. But just this kill.
Breathing.
We'll try hard.
Yeah, take a little break before this gets silly. Oh, it's getting warm in
So
here.
we get a game and we're just completely all fucking dead. We're just stumped on by level 20s or something.
Everyone comes out of the spawn going. It is fun though after really intense games when you can really hear that people are tired after they've been playing it. Oh, joining. Here we go. Yeah, let's all do that. Now we're gonna do a proper game. This is arena mode though. So guys, here's a question. Is this actually Swagger? Swagger Souls?
I don't know.
There is a rumor that this is the streamer, right? Do you think this is Swagger Souls, the streamer, or does his voice just sound similar? It is the same one, right?
It's definitely the same one.
But I never see Echo VR on his stream.
I wonder why.
We have Vive, didn't we?
Does he have a Vive? Or maybe he plays in a Revive then. I know that he plays Pavlov, I think.
It's not the real Swagger. So
okay, it's not the real one. Okay.
I'm sorry to give your hopes up. I'm just have to break it to you.
Sorry. Why am I saying sorry? I don't know. I say sorry all the time. It's my default mode to be sorry.
15, 14,
So hopefully we've got a quite good team here. I'm not launching, so I don't know. If we're passing, we'll be golden. So
it's VR on Wednesday, Taco on Tuesday, and
passing. We need passing.
Whenever the fuck I feel like.
it's Jevon and the weekdays.
Like 2,000 games.
Shit, I missed it.
My head butted everything in the universe.
Good punch.
Oh no.
Oh no!
I can't reach it.
You
I got it, never mind.
Run on Tucker.
You got a leech. Oh my god, they're punching. Oh, they're punching like Europeans,
Good stuff.
man.
They are Europeans. What the fuck are you on
Oh,
about?
that's probably why they're punching.
I just flew at 50 miles
Blame
an hour.
Europeans for
Damn Europeans. Well, have you ever watched the Europeans play? They punch like triple the amount that I do.
Okay, that's definitely swagger. So
Yeah, it is, isn't it? Right?
Oh, those damn memories.
7, 6, 5.
So you saw it first here, stream. This might be Swagger Soul live on my stream.
So it's live on this?
Oh, hello.
Hey.
Missed him back.
This completely bamboozled me, but I'm okay. Yeah, I'm not okay. It's all good.
Clears it out.
You got one on you?
Yep.
Two on you?
What a pick.
I'm okay.
I'm
One
super
on
diving.
me. Oh man.
Don't worry about it.
It's heading the other way.
I have no pass here.
Clears it out of
Yeah,
there.
sorry, I was gonna say. How about you?
Yep.
Come on.
Oh,
okay. Good stuff. Oh shit, missed it.
I missed everything and
Oh,
everyone
shit.
like 50 times in a row.
Oh, that was awful. Thanks. I'm on you. Alright, go.
They're boosting.
You guys have that on
Ah,
map?
I missed the fucking block.
I don't. Oh yeah, I do.
Blue team has the disc.
Oh, what the
it's
fuck?
flying.
Back nest.
Oh, missed it.
Almost. Stay up there? No. Yeah. You got one on you.
Shut him down.
Oh, dude, I blew it to you!
Second.
I don't know what to do anymore.
Oh no!
Nice.
Whoever threw that all the way over there, that was going in if I hadn't gone through the goal. That was this close.
You could have let me have my happiness.
You stole it from me when I
know.
damn well threw it like a minute before you got to me. And I'd rather not give you a...
Okay, that's a lagger. Okay, I'm sorry.
I don't think it is. I think he's just got the same accent.
Yeah, it's hard to know, isn't it?
It could just be the shitty quality of the Vive mic.
So that means you don't know how to sit still?
Other way.
Nest. Oh, Nest, on you.
Oh no, he punched me. How am I supposed to counter this super attack?
Right column. Dude.
Ready?
Oh.
Shit.
No, they scored.
What happens to Europeans can't pass, bitch? Well, I can't catch, so...
It means there's an exception to the rule.
Yeah. I play with mainly Americans, you're clearly rubbing off on me.
Get to your
See, there it is. That's the key.
No, actually, I'm not sure it is. It just sounds a little bit similar.
Yeah.
It's probably not. Like, it's 90% not. But those
always
10%.
So you're an anomaly, you know what I mean? Because of your accent.
Orange sends it back the other way.
Sitting on mid. Yep.
That was a bad throw.
It's all good, I got this. Wait, just
Oh,
one
I don't know
second.
how I punched you there, dude.
Okay, there we go. Oh,
Yeah,
it
shit.
was a pass, but my arm's dead now. Don't
Back,
worry
back,
about
back, back, back. Or forward.
I actually went to go to
I know.
Do I? Oh, I missed that.
Do you got time? Boosting. No, you don't. Well, you do. Okay.
Oh shit, I bounced.
Americans can't pass.
Oh wow. Dude, I just got my tracking switch. You gotta give me a bit to practice.
Ninja.
Wait.
We're leaving without you.
I'm here. Oh, the bomb past you. I've got.
Oh, good. All right.
Session moves to
I wanted to headbutt it, but
Staying up high mid. You need back.
Ah, I just hit something. Probably my bad.
Oh. Ah,
What the fuck, dude?
I don't know.
Stay.
their zone. Orange touches the enemy's back.
Nice.
This shit's breaking the fucking matrix, man.
Did you see how nonchalant he threw that then? So,
I'm seeing
They're just like.
That's the sound you gotta start making, Jevon, when you throw.
it's like,
Didn't we have an agreement?
I threw it like a frisbee. I threw it backhand like a frisbee, 20.
Didn't you have an agreement one time? Didn't you have an agreement one time that we should always say "watch this" when we throw it, just in case something cool happens every 1000th time, right?
Yeah, like watch this.
And then it gets a wonderful clip.
Watch this!
Like watch this.
Yeah, you're my friend, man. Why would you throw it away? What? Why do they go fast for all of a sudden? I don't know.
You probably grabbed onto me.
I think so, yes.
Nice. Fuck. Why did I do that?
Good catch.
Stop passing!
Wait, just on that.
One passing, man.
See, what did I tell you?
Yeah, so to Mon, sometimes there's a bit of lag. I'm not sure which one particularly you saw, but sometimes if it's 100 millisecond lag, it might look like I catch it, but it will still.
No!
My hands have a very small hitbox, right? And it is literally just my hands grabbing that disc in a large space, so this is a game with a lot of technical difficulty for Quarter.
Okay, I'm going right.
Going left, meet in the middle, if needed.
Oh, thank you. That reminds me. You just activated my trap card.
Unless your ping's like 800, you don't have an advantage.
Did someone say trap?
No way is it going there?
The other way.
Okay.
Go back. Go with a 50 good.
Wait, no. Damn it.
It's okay.
What a pitch.
It's not okay.
Why does it
Actually, yeah, it's alright.
Watch out.
Oh, never mind. It's not okay.
I don't know where he is.
Somebody get on goal. Neither of you are on goal.
He's carrying, we're fine.
Okay.
30 seconds remaining. Possession.
No.
Uh-oh. Nice flugger.
Why am I going at slight speeds?
Oh no,
Whenever
what
you
are you
do
doing,
it,
guys? My boundaries.
we both fell for it.
15 seconds remaining. Orange clears it out.
I'm on both sides. You good for now though? No?
One pushing it.
Oh shit. I'm bad.
Missed. Oh man.
Good game.
What a game.
Damn. You guys are killing my win rate, blue team.
Hey, it's your
The other
fault.
thing for comment to Captain Mon there is
match made with
also
level
this
fours,
is like,
I would've been
it
the
feels
winner.
much more three-dimensional when it's in VR, so like the space that I have to catch the disc is
The match
more
rate
like
is
in
that
front of me.
broken that I could've just
It
won
doesn't
the
matter
match.
if it's on my screen, like everything has a little bit,
I'm just.
it's more spatial.
They
I
know
don't know how to
how
explain
good I
it,
am.
so
That's what it is.
these
That's
little
just what it comes
positions
down
get
to.
very
Well, you
important.
probably would have won if you'd have managed to shoot
Even if
that
it looks
shot
on the
and get
screen
in
like it
goal
was
when
right
you're
here,
up at the net.
it might have been quite
look at that.
far
I
away.
missed that one.
Yeah, with nobody in goal.
Shut up.
And we are wondering who that is.
I just got a new trap. Okay.
Gonna play a couple more?
Yeah, sounds good.
Finding match.
I guess we didn't have a lot of success with combat earlier, so it will be arena again, if that's okay.
Yeah.
How do you feel, Taco, back from the woods?
It's the mountains. You got it all wrong.
Did you actually go like proper fjelltur?
Captain Mundo is making fun of you.
It was the 5 days in the fjell.
5 days. Were you happy to have a shower when you came back?
No. Because
So
I
you-
don't do it anyways.
You don't shower after anyway. Those people are the best people.
I'm glad there isn't a smell add-on for the Oculus yet.
Have you seen that VR headset add-on that has smell? Have you seen? It looks like a Hannibal Lecter mask in front of your face. It's really bad. With like a lunchbox attached to it. It's really funny. Someone actually made a smell thing. Big Gloves DLC. Yeah, sorry about that. We had some trouble matchmaking earlier, so we are doing
Look, it's
arena
the
now.
same teams.
Okay, I guess we are the... we are the... Exactly, yeah, it's a rematch.
Well, we can't lose now. Gotta go 2 to.
Yeah, so we had some...
so high.
We had trouble getting into a match in combat earlier. It means there aren't that many people playing right now. This comes a lot with... if I played later tonight, I'll probably have more people as the United States started playing, United States and Canada.
I have bad
But,
internet.
right now
I
we
see you
didn't
over
find
there.
that any matches, unfortunately.
It's not Steam. What is it?
It's usually much
Look,
easier to
hang on,
get
I'll
into
stop watching
the
the
free
stream,
version
I'm
of the game.
sorry.
We have a spectator.
Shall we see who it is?
Stop. Yeah, I know who it is. It's that
Sputnik
guy.
Data Core.
Yeah, it's that guy who always streams everyone's games.
Next data card. Okay. I see where that's going.
I wonder if he wasn't allowed to capture statistics, or if he, like, I would like to know a little bit more stats, like how long it took people to matchmake and stuff like that, or to get into spectating.
No, he doesn't. He just streams games and then walks off. He just streams random games and walks off. Stop headbutting it! I'm getting scared. Every time.
I got you.
Okay, I got gold. Okay, I see. No! Okay, it's all good. Nice.
Sorry, guys. Literally through it. Oh, no.
Solid shot. I think that was a little bit too fast for my liking. If you could keep it down to the not as quick. I did not expect that. Good job, being on it.
Right here.
So single shot. How do you like the rematch?
Cool surfing. I'm having fun.
Oh, missed.
I was only 16.
But Taco, you were supposed to sit in the goal. What are you doing?
I'm not a good goalkeeper.
I said Taco. I meant myself.
Taco. Isn't it funny when you talk to yourself and someone replies?
I just thought you were looking at me and you were like, Taco, you were supposed to say goal. I was like,
That's called projecting. It's a phenomenon in psychology.
I'm just straight up looking at something. I did that bad myself.
Okay, thanks for the compliment then.
damn it, ninja.
Letting go so well.
That was a bit weird. Not that one.
Oh, I grabbed your arm. It was my arm not in front of that. Why are you making us look bad?
This is incredible.
It was 15 meters a second.
Also because it's so social, just look at this.
It was 16
Of course, I've met some of these
and
people
also
before, but
I definitely
you just meet
watched
these
it.
people in the lobby.
half a second to
And the
react.
technicality of this is amazing.
For half a second is a lot of time.
Yeah, considering the reaction time is normally about 200 milliseconds, that is. Believe it or not, you can fit 2.5 seconds, or 200.5 seconds, should I say. Oh, don't shut up!
You can fit five to
Shut up!
You know what? Math isn't a good thing. It's unnecessary. You're gonna pass over here.
Fuck math. We don't need math to play
Why
VR.
does it always
Floating.
do that?
I mean, technically you do, but shut up.
Look at that.
Come in.
That's
Yep.
definitely in. Look at the shot.
Missed you? No, I didn't.
That boosting?
I grabbed your
Oh,
toe.
no, yeah, I missed.
One
Surprise
right
myself.
there, one right there.
It's gonna clear it.
Why would you shot there?
Why
Yeah.
wouldn't you punch him?
Somebody's back, something.
It's right there.
Which other
Oh my god,
mistake?
pull through me! You waited like an hour and a half to pull through. That's going in.
Why?
No, it's not.
What's that? The boosting.
Oh shit.
Whoa, in my hand! Oh my god,
This
I hit
shit
my arm.
sucks.
Welcome to Europe, Swagger.
Bow tie.
Oh boy, oh boy.
On.
Look at those
It's
Europeans
in.
punch.
I literally don't even know how to
Grab
act.
taco.
Yeah. My hair is bad.
Oh, that's done.
No, my arm is.
Why throw that? That was down the field! This sucks! Alright, we gonna argue that or did I quit on you?
Oh, sorry. My bad. Your arm was literally in my face, so I didn't exactly know what was going on there.
Too right.
My arm. No. Wait, no, I can't do anything. No, it's fine.
Wow.
I'm standing the wrong way. Facing my sensors.
That was
Garbage.
almost. Oh my god! Alright, yeah, rush that. Oh my god, dude. Shoulder.
Does it smell sad?
You know what, Swagger? Yeah, mate.
Dude, oh my god, it went past him. Every shot I think goes past these guys.
He blocked
That's
it.
what you get for
One on.
Shot! Oh.
Don't laugh.
No, it just dropped me off this.
What?
Controller.
What the hell?
Swaggy, you better not catch shotgun.
Blue throws it way downfield.
I might miss it if they're boosting fast.
Got time.
I have time.
Watch out.
Possession.
Right, turn it.
Sorry,
Back the other way.
it was coming fast.
Keep going. Swaggy, you bitch.
Well, you said keep going as I was turning. Alright, Ninja, get goal.
Good job, Devin.
Shot!
Nice, good goal.
We got
Dude,
this. No worries.
this is so weird.
I figured they'd be coming for me, so if I pass it up to you, I think. I want to have a look at the saves. How many saves were made and not just that?
Get to your
That was crazy.
Swagger doesn't have that bad of a ping. It's just 100 milliseconds. So I wonder what he's complaining about.
10, 9,
That's what they do.
7,
Complain?
It's what they do. I want to quote.
They're losing. Oh, it's ping. And then it is visible. You can actually see it.
There's a lot of requirements.
way downfield.
Oh my god. That would have been so sick if you would have just caught it.
Way downfield.
Blue bow tie.
On you. Watch Terry pick.
Coming.
Clears it out of their zone.
Oh, shit.
One on shortly, 1 second only.
Why?
Oh, would you?
I'm really struggling because that.
Oh, never mind.
Oh, that was close, dude.
Seconds remaining.
I'm on you.
Blue sets it back the
Ah,
other way.
that's.
Yeah, sorry, that was a bad angle, dude. Really bad angle.
There you go.
No.
The only people down there.
That was rather close.
Okay, we have to do this quicker than quick now, okay, guys?
We have 19 seconds.
I've got a
Oh my
strategy.
god. Knutsi, are you doing this quick?
I'm doing it quick.
Get to
You're
your
doing it quick. You other guys?
Taco, go to a light. Go to that second light on the floor, below the goal. Come up for a right tunnel for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Should I do that even if they come for you, or should I then throw it
On your
down to
side?
him?
Do I want to go on your side?
We have 19
The opposite
seconds.
side. Yes, whatever.
then.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go on the roof!
and clear the launchers. It's Kennedy.
2 on you, 2 on you, 2 on you!
No, fuck.
It's done.
Knutsi, you could have caught that, you little
Possession moves to orange.
Is it overtime? Yeah, it's overtime, isn't it?
Ends in a draw.
No, it ends in a draw?
OT.
Oh, OT, yeah. Okay.
Get to your launchers.
I had to wipe some sweat from my eye there.
Yeah.
15, 14, 13,
Knutsi, we could have won if you
11.
Is someone gonna hang back?
Shall I hang back or shall I join
I'll
you?
hang it back. I know, I hang back.
Okay, okay.
You two go.
See if we can get as many boosts in as possible.
Yep, yep.
One.
Push it down. Okay, hello guys.
So in overtime, it's sudden death.
Double diamond.
Puncher. Ui, that was my wall.
We don't need two goalkeepers.
No, I'm taking care of the guys on the side.
Shoulder, right shoulder.
What the fuck?
Not bad.
Get him, Knutsi. Pass up.
You in goal.
Oh no!
And it's in.
You're close, guys.
No, but it's in. Oh no, what did you say? How? That was the perfect drop.
No.
I'm in.
No! Oh, shit, sorry.
Who says D is a lost art?
In middle.
Catches the enemy pass.
Hey.
Hello.
Oh, you lucky dog.
Yep.
It's stuck.
Frame. Oh, center.
Ooh.
Cherry pick.
My game just died.
Interception.
Just you.
Time. You and goalie.
Ah,
No.
okay. Has one job, Taco, one job. It was to be delicious.
Well, I did it.
I'm crunchy.
But
I'm kidding.
If the headbutt would have worked,
Minute and 23
that would have been
seconds.
outside of the goal.
No worries. Sorry, it was our fault. We were hanging back too much. Because we thought you had it. Okay.
You missed it.
Yeah, we did.
Damn it, Knutsi.
Sorry, Taco.
Is that counted as a save though? I hope so. Because then I
well,
save
you did touch it.
up.
Man.
3 saves?
All I got were 9 stuns.
I had 14, that was the...
I got 9 stuns as well, but I did everything else.
I can't believe I didn't get that save, man.
Swagger, how do you like my catches in when you're shooting them? This
They confused the hell out of me. Dude, I was having so many issues that game with shit that didn't happen on anybody else's end. At a certain point, I just stopped.
I think I'm gonna do. Let's see, what time is it now? I think I'm gonna do. I have time for one more, I think. Yeah, but that's it for me. I don't know if you guys wanna try. Do you wanna try matchmaking 1 for combat before we go, or?
Are you in?
Sure.
That was not very optimistic.
VR, I'm gonna invite you.
Yes, you have time for more.
I have time for one more, yeah. Do you want to try combat, or shall we try combat, or?
I don't care. Do whatever.
Okay, let's do 1 minute of combat matchmaking, and if that's not in, then we go arena, okay? I'm starting my time.
Dead. I don't know if
Live from Oslo.
And now you as well are live from Oslo.
What do you want from me, Dusty?
I don't see.
I've always wanted to be live from Oslo.
live from Yorkshire doesn't have the same ring to it.
Why? When I think of Yorkshire, I think of the pudding and the terrier.
Live from London.
Did you make your own yet? I gave you the recipe, didn't
No, I have never made my own, but I will try that if it's as easy as you say.
Thank you.
I also hear it's a delicate operation.
It's all about getting your oil pot in the tray and putting the right amount in. If you put the right amount in, it won't rise. If you put too much in, it won't cook.
What is the thing you have to have precise? Sorry, I didn't hear that.
The temperature of the oil inside.
Come on, stop throwing the disc away, Jeff.
The temperature of the oil inside of the tin.
Are you in the car?
When you make Yorkshire pudding, Taco, what temperature do you use on your oil?
When I do what?
Oh, I was asking.
But you want to get your oil hot, pretty much.
Yeah. Okay, but that is really good advice, Jevin. So I have to say that I actually thought they were really good. Yorkshire puddings.
I haven't ever made or tasted a Yorkshire pudding. I'm sorry.
It's essentially a pancake but baked in the oven.
Yeah, it's really good. It's not sweet.
You have it with like, it's not sweet. It has no sugar in it, so you have it with like.
So since we don't have, since we haven't gotten into the game yet, I will cancel this and go for another match of arena. Oh, we're joining. How about that? That was really on the edge. I literally had my finger on the cancel button. So then we do get a combat match today. Hey Taco. Finally we got a combat match. And we also have the team. And we have Gnome joining us. Hello Gnome.
Oh yeah, I've seen it, yeah.
Hello.
I don't know, actually.
So in case someone doesn't know this, this is...
I don't know anybody that plays combat, so I don't know why I'm looking. Are they good? Anybody playing on combat and these guys are good?
I have no idea.
He's good. Oh, this
No, are these guys good?
Knutsi,
hey,
are you using the Rift S and not shooting 19 meters a second?
Yes, I don't know the glitch, if that's what you're thinking about.
There is no glitch. You can just throw it.
Shoot backwards.
I can shoot myself too.
Defense squad taking
Okay, so this is an escort mission for the stream. You see the attack, the defense team is coming here, and our escort target is here. So we can, this is the minimap effectively.
Right there.
But you can only see it when you are back here in the ready room.
I can see how
So we are actually here in the ready room, and we're gonna spawn over here right
What
now.
we're playing as, guys? We've got stun, health, and this thing.
Let me do a, yeah, I have health as well, detonator and pulsar.
I have health, and this thing.
Okay, cool.
I have health,
The comet. No.
Starting in.
Okay.
I have health, and pew.
7.
That's the word
6.
And you are chopping for me? I hope you mean you are chopping out.
2.
Whereas that's
1.
a Rift S.
Deliver the payload.
He's using the guard Rift S. Wait, there's a guy over there.
Mobilized.
Who would sit there? That's garbage. I can just meteor you. Go away from there. Good job.
Delivery
No.
accelerated.
I just shot myself, but that doesn't matter. Okay, but stop that.
Oh shit.
Nice.
Was that Taco?
He's being annoying.
Yeah, I think we have to call
I guess there's a death penalty for being annoying, right?
Yep.
That was on him!
Ordnance regenerated.
Good seeing him out there.
You died!
Got him.
I die all the time in this game.
Payload mobilized.
Yay!
Everybody.
Hey!
Do we need more people to go assassinate the dude?
I should probably have snuck around there and not floated.
Payload returning.
Kids and people.
No.
Attack mod recharged.
Floater?
Why am I garbage?
Ordnance regenerated.
Watch out, forward moving coming!
Keep them out. I need to move this fucking target.
Payload mobilized. Delivery accelerated.
Dude, come back and talk about the guy that's stuck in the meeting.
Somebody has heals.
Delivery accelerated.
One pen. No, we've got it.
Delivery accelerated.
Oh, shit. At least we got it somewhere. We gotta go there. That's the point now.
30 seconds remaining. Payload returning.
Oh shit, that was stupid.
Nice.
Ooh.
Guys, I can use my master plan now.
Only 30 seconds.
10, 9, 8, 7,
I think blue team has won.
4, 3, 2.
Yeah, that was bad. Really bad.
Round complete. Defense squad victory.
Yeah, that was really bad. How many meters did we get it?
Ooh.
Like,
Beauty.
yeah, I know it was bad.
Sad on the stream.
I'm crying right now.
You're looking like a depressed man.
Isn't that a sad robot face the typical Rift S thing?
Yeah. You're looking very
Yeah.
bad.
Wow.
Even on Beauty, what's the matter? It's like, what's the matter?
Oh yeah, you got the thing. Okay, so that was not very successful, but at least we got into a combat game. You want to do one more arena and then go, or do you want to take a call to quits?
Yeah, go for it.
I don't think we will ever call it a quits.
I think I have to get going after this one.
No, you're not allowed to. The clock's only 8:55, man. Come on, Knut. Yeah, you can do a little bit more.
Are you looking for players, Taco?
I'm not looking for plays, I'm just not wanting to be alone because it's boring.
Maybe Wednesdays isn't the most active game day.
Oh, that's bad.
You know what? Since the last update, every day is at least active day.
Every day is Wednesday after the latest update. That's quite an achievement. They patched that in.
They patched the Wednesday.
Continuous Wednesday is a new feature. But I don't feel like people are hating on the new grabbing now, though. It was worse in the beginning, wasn't it?
Well, I just joined this crap, so I'm hating on it. Let me have my hating time.
I think the idea is that there was like a simplified grab thing before, wasn't there? So there was like a cone in front of you, and if the disc was there, you would get it.
You mean people? No, but look. I can demonstrate because someone did it. I don't remember who. So before this applied to people and some blocks too. So if you take your arm, put it in front, and you slide through, I can grab you. Haha.
Yeah.
But now, if you do this for people, stay still, it doesn't work. And therefore, it's much harder. Not, you have to put your whole arm through. But like not the hand, but the arm.
Because before it had like cone in front of you where it would simplify your grab.
Now it's a circle around your hand, like a sphere around your hand.
So they made the hitbox smaller for your arms.
And this means that regrabbing, you need to be in this area.
Yeah, so you gotta be much more precise with your hand. I know.
Yeah.
Guys.
Jevin is waving at us.
Dude, you wanna play Minecraft VR later?
No, I don't think I'm gonna do that. But do you enjoy that?
We have to at least beat the Ender Dragon today.
Have you done that in VR?
Everything's weird. It's like a block is half the size of you, and it just feels weird.
Well, that's how it's supposed to be. One block is supposed to be 1 meter.
Weird.
Yeah.
What is a meter? Sorry, what do you mean?
No, one block is one like cubic meter. So you're basically 2 blocks high, and most people find that very weird.
Is this in Minecraft?
Yeah.
Oh, I see what you mean. Oh yeah, that's what they're talking about. Because I also thought that Minecraft VR was kind of cool. Although I don't play it, you know. So
I haven't tried it. Yeah, I haven't tried it out.
I have killed the Ender Dragon, you stupid pleb.
Yeah, Minecraft VR says that it only supports gamepad, and that's kind of shit.
Oh, that's not true.
It's a lie.
It's not true.
It's not true.
Yeah.
Actually, Minecraft VR is really fun. If I played Minecraft, I think that's how I would play it from now on after I got VR. Dunkshot is wondering in the chat if what it would be like to spend 24 hours in Echo VR. That would be special.
Good. No, look. I'll say it. If you start around maybe a bit earlier than this time we are now, the first 12 hours would be pretty good. But then after that mark, the Americans start joining in, and that's when it starts to get very weird.
You'll get that downtime point where it'll just be you, and you'll feel alone. There'll be nobody else around, no games to play. You just have to fucking stand there.
Imagine being nothing in Echo VR, like just you in all of this. That would be kind of creepy, wouldn't it?
Yeah. There's no way out. You're in a sealed thing. You can enter the arena, but you can't do anything else.
That's basically what I do. I just sit in private game.
Rock backwards and forwards, crying.
I think I would spend a lot of time meditating.
Right now, it might be a little too small for a game.
Hey.
Oh god.
Okay. So you know what I said that I spent like. Why would I?
No, no. Sorry, I blinked.
Tunnel.
Tunnel.
Did you cover, Jevin? Yeah.
Oh, you got that. I'm on the floor.
That guy's low on the floor, don't pass. Okay, you did the wrong thing. There's a lot of new people who haven't seen because I have not been playing this game for a while.
That's a good thing though, it means that the game is active.
That's a joke.
I'm gonna go keep it anyway.
I missed it. Okay. Go back to goal.
Yeah.
Staying behind you if needed.
Nukes. What? He was 50 light years away from me.
Come on.
You guys go.
Yeah, go.
No.
Why is that almost in?
Oh shit. Missed it.
Left one up.
Do you think I can slap it to it? Look at that goal, it's easy.
Oh!
No, but why would you punch me? Watch out, there's people coming quick.
No, but I have a guy. Oh, I don't.
One on. Yeah, okay, good.
Yeah.
No.
Why? But I threw it. Mom, this guy isn't making any sense.
And a fucking straight at you.
Yeah, boys, it's the international team.
Oh, car.
Get to your launchers.
You have to answer that.
Yeah, so to dunk shot. Yeah, so to dunk shot, yeah, definitely. Next Wednesday I will be...
No, you shouldn't have done that. That was the wrong answer, Snoopy.
Next Wednesday I will
Stick
definitely...
to this game.
Next Wednesday I will definitely be streaming No Man's Sky.
If you play VR, you gotta play Beat Saber or this game. That's if you gotta.
That's the rule, apparently.
What about Onward? Onward's pretty good.
Wait, there we go.
I'm open here.
I see that.
I'm right behind you if you need to pass it.
Yeah, cool.
Oh, my arm flew away.
Pac-Man.
I'm directed the road. Seriously, why would you slow by like 2 miles per hour?
Sorry.
Yeah. Keep going. Oh!
No! Drop back. I got him.
Scare the crap out of me.
Back. Nice pressure.
Nice pressure, that's good. No, it's not nice pressure.
Oh,
Hello, dude.
Sorry. I didn't know.
Where did you go from? We didn't have the disc.
Sorry. Bad choice.
Okay, don't insult my name.
Will you be playing No Man's Sky, Jevon, next week?
Yeah,
I want to try that, yeah.
Yeah, everyone's gonna do that, I think. The question is how long it will be fun.
I'm gonna play Minecraft.
But I wonder how the longevity of mine and of No Man's Sky VR is gonna be, though. But
is it gonna be a novelty or is it gonna be like?
I haven't even played the normal.
Oh, I've missed. Oh no, I'm the whole way. Under, back, come back.
Wait, can I do you this one thing, please? Thanks.
What a save!
It didn't work.
No, I didn't.
guys.
But why would you punch him? I thought you would be getting to this.
because I thought we were too. Oh, nice pass. Time, lots of time. Nice.
Yeah, Axiom. Yeah. A tip while jumping out the goal. It's stupid to jump up.
Are they actually gonna do Roblox VR? I've never played Roblox. Is it similar to Minecraft or what is the?
And I can go there and open goal.
15, 14.
Look, old goalkeeper veteran teaching new people new things.
8, 7, 6.
Should we land on mid, Jevon?
Yeah, I think good.
Flip. Oh shit! Damn it! I fucked it up.
Oops, he's very low down. Why are you staying back? So wait, don't push me.
I was going to fucking knock him out. Nobody saw
Yes.
I'm here.
There are too many goalkeepers
Shield.
on one team. Wait, how did he... What's... Oh shit, wait. No, oh my... That's fucking goal. Knutsi, you were in the goal.
What? Yeah, of course I was. Why?
The what?
Yeah, I know. I had one job. I know. I don't do my job.
That's my alt account.
What's his old
We
account?
had a chance of winning there, we just blew it.
Yeah, sorry.
11, 10.
You don't have to be sorry, Knutsi. It's only a pub game.
Maybe I'm just sorry.
Well, you're not allowed to be sorry anymore.
Okay, accepted.
Round has begun.
You're garbage.
I am garbage.
For that. And then you're right,
We're playing this in slow motion now. That, bro. Oh, actually, that's a sneak peek I wouldn't have expected. Why are they so good at shooting the disc? Stop that.
Shit.
No, he is.
It's because this gentleman here is really good.
I thought you know this by now, you know?
Nah, man. I think you should. I think you should stop. It's making me sad inside.
Get to your launcher.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Do you know that's Astlink, right? Under a new name.
13, 12,
If you remember him. There's a player called Astlink. That's him. Yeah, you got it. On the left side.
Well, I was just as good at shooting shots in my
Where
bed.
you going, Taco?
What?
Where you going?
On the side.
the round has begun.
That's the wrong side.
Well, he said he was going left side and then went right, so I just...
1 second, I'm just gonna grab the disc. Oh, yep. Haha, just kidding, I bamboozled y'all. Because now I'm going scuba diving.
Stop shield.
Oh, but you thought I was scuba diving.
Punched.
Wait, did
Did he just keep shouting shit there?
Oh, he dropped. He's dead.
Oh, I think I was scuba diving, well, gone.
Did he? The last thing he said was he gonna go scuba diving, and then his oculus cut out.
With the disc.
I'm on the
That's
nugget.
kind of funny.
Let me have this shot, please. No, don't take it.
Go for it! Go for it! Go for it!
Do it.
Watch this.
My God.
That was perfect, Joan. That was really good. You should go clip that afterwards on the stream, dude. That was really a perfect shot.
Yeah, that was like...
Get to your
It reminds me of my good old days.
No, it doesn't. But people don't have to know that. Well, Taco is still here, but he's just funny.
Maybe, I don't know.
I think that's the best shot I've ever seen you do. I'm just gonna say that. That was really good.
One pack, I just got a 65-meter down letterbox, just so you know.
It was really good.
clear the launcher.
Oh, couldn't get us.
Okay, good game.
Yeah,
This round's
I used to always be fucking beast like that, but I stopped playing. Like,
Oh, yeah,
tracking's got a little
was just-
worse for some
I
reason.
might or
Yeah, I
might
get that as
not.
well.
Oh shit.
Yeah. I don't know how I did it as well. It's like, what the fuck?
Sorry?
I might or might not have put out my wire
No
for my
exact
VR.
theory
Oh, that's what
was out,
happened,
now
I see.
useless because of that.
So you plugged out the computer, the HDMI, or?
Totally not. I'm a
We all
good
got
guy. I
some
wouldn't
point
do that to my VR.
I think that happened in one of the ESL finals too, wasn't it? Someone that yanked out the cable of the computer.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I think so.
Probably.
I just did that. Woo.
That means you're a pro gamer. Put something into it. Oh, thanks for the clip dunk shot. That was a really good one. So dunk shot just clipped your shot, Jevon. Just so you know it.
Why wouldn't he have clipped what I did? I didn't do anything.
There would be like 5 clips of Taco not doing anything. That would not be a good one.
For 5 clips of me getting the disc just...
Okay, guys, I think that's it for me today.
Did he post it in the chat?
Yeah, he posted it in the chat as well. Yeah.
Can you post it again because I didn't have it on?
No, don't. We want a clip of him doing a shot, but he's not allowed to see it.
Well, I can see the chat in the.
No.
I'll fuck it. I'll enter the link in the actual. I can see from the stream then.
Okay, guys, I'm gonna get going now, but thank you very much for joining tonight.
Stop the stream, you can't let him enter the link.
Okay, Jevon, I'm gonna go.
I've got a screenshot of it.
Okay, Jevon. Okay, Jevon, I'm gonna go now.
See ya.
Okay, bye-bye. Thanks for playing.
Bye.
And thanks for playing again, Taco. Welcome back to VR.
Stop Twitch.
Okay.
Dunk
So I'm
shot.
gonna
Yeah,
get going now.
there, look.
Yeah. Okay, so to the stream audience, thank you very much for watching today. There was a lot of activity in the chat, and thank you also for the clip there, Dunkshot. I think this was a good stream. Again, I continue to drop just random streams throughout the week, and as you can see up there on the very, very top of the screen, I do this show every Wednesday. At 7:30, I try to go through the VR news, and then I play a game. Next Wednesday, like I've said many times in this stream, we're gonna do No Man's Sky if we can get that running. And who doesn't want to play that game in VR? I think if we're lucky, that's gonna be amazing. So I'm super looking forward to that. Maybe we'll get some guys in also for the multiplayer part of that game and just explore that world a little bit. So I hope I'll be doing a lot of streams of that, but of course I will not neglect this game either. Echo VR here is absolutely my favorite VR game so far. If you haven't played it yet, you really should. If you haven't gotten VR yet and you're watching this, you should really consider it. This is a great time. You should consider this particular one. The Rift S, which I've been playing on, it really works really well. It's simple, easy to plug in, easy to go. And this is a fantastic Oculus exclusive title. Okay, so Taco is holding on to the last straw here. Okay, but I'll be getting off now. Okay, everyone, thank you for watching, and I will see you again in a future stream. Bye now.